Hi, I'm Jill Stannard. I'm a naturopath, ovarian cancer survivor, and a consumer in research in the cancer world. I'm here today in Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, which is February every year in Australia. And I'm with a fellow survivor and consumer, Jacinta Frawley. And I just want to ask a quick question this month. Hello, Jacinta. How are you going?
G'day, Jill. It's lovely to see you. Normally we meet in person, but it's also lovely to meet online.
So there's something quite, I mean, I think every person's ovarian cancer story is unique, and there's something quite unique about yours. So 4 years ago, you got diagnosed with ovarian cancer for your birthday, I think.
Yes.
Um, but what you did next in the surgical process, can we say probably has saved your life?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, without any doubt. So it was less the surgery. I had a very sudden onset, of abdominal swelling, and by swelling, it was my upper and lower waist both increased by over 10 centimeters in the space of a week. So it's very dramatic. That is called ascites, and it's a swelling in the abdomen. So I was diagnosed, yada yada. I had chemotherapy, I had surgery, and I started chemo again. Now, what happened was I responded very well to surgery and I responded adequately to chemo, but the oncologist, my cancer markers were still not dropping into the normal range. My oncologist was really concerned, and he said to me he wanted us to have an extra test, which at that time was only available in the States. It was to cost $5,000, and he highly recommended it. Now, and he recommended it because he said he needed information to know how to treat me because I wasn't responding well enough to the chemo. So lo and behold, we did pay our $5,000. We weren't very hopeful. 2 weeks later, we got an incredibly blurry email on a Friday night. I don't know what it is with oncologists and Friday night
Yeah,
messages,
yeah.
but oh my God, that's when they come. And we went and saw him on the Tuesday, and he was so excited we could hardly understand him. So the test had come back with what's
So
called,
firstly, the test,
yeah,
what they actually tested the tumor. So this wasn't
yes,
like a blood test. This was
that's
the tumor that they had removed.
absolutely. I'd already had the blood test twice, which showed that there's no inherited genetic. So people would have heard of the BRCA gene. I
Mhm.
did not have that. And one of the issues then is, do you test the tumor? And that wasn't normal in Australia. Even that was December 2019, not so long ago. So that was not usual. That's why I've had to go to the States. I know other people sent it to Europe, to a German company to do that work. And when it came back with this gene deletion in what's called a somatic tumor, so the gene deletion is only in the tumor itself, it's not inherited. And that fell within, there's only 5 to 7% of us that have that. Somatic BRCA, it's called. We're very special. We like to think that we're special. And the most special thing about that was the oncologist put his hand in his desk drawer, pulled it out, and put a box of tablets in front of me and said, start taking this, go down and cancel all your future chemo. And I sort of were like, my husband and I were like, oh, no, 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 we can finish the
Mhm,
chemo. We were
mhm.
like begging to
Yeah,
be tortured with the chemo. We can do it. We
yeah.
can do it.
Mm,
And he said, no,
mm,
with that uh,
yeah.
genomic information, you don't need chemo. You need this medication. Now, I got that medication compassionately. At that
Mm,
time, it would have cost $14,000 a month. And now, I think from the 1st of January
mm,
this year, that's now covered entirely by the PBS. The test, which I paid the
mhm,
$5,000 for, is now entirely covered on the PBS. And it's just
mhm.
a
Yeah.
huge campaign of success. So thank you, Australian taxpayers.
And also
Um,
thank you, you've been quite involved too in this. And the wonder drug, the name
yeah,
of that wonder drug for people who have, it works best when somebody has a BRCA breast cancer inherited mutation
yeah,
or the somatic. So your body decided to make a tumor which wonky, had
yes,
wonky genes, which had made its own BRCA. And that class of drugs, it comes from notes, but that class of drugs is known as?
It's called the PARP inhibitor, and the one that I had is called, the technical name is olaparib, and the brand name is Lynparza. And there are other PARP inhibitors available now, just slowly in Australia. And I think there's probably about half a dozen now worldwide. And they're now being used for the very, very difficult to treat breast cancers, I think pancreatic cancer, maybe treatment-resistant prostate cancer. I'm not so up on the other things. But the thing is, it's a medication. You take it for 2 years and that's it. And even now they're saying they don't think we need it for 2 years. Maybe they'll be able to reduce that. And when you think, when I was diagnosed in, what was it, on my 59th birthday, September 2019, I mean, I had a less than 30% chance of surviving 5 years. And now my 4-year scans are all clear. Really, with this medication, you know, the oncologist is very hopeful that he'll be discharging me soon. And it is not only this type of medication is actually a wonder drug. For me, I absolutely credit my survival
for a narrow subgroup of people with ovarian cancer, which is fantastic. So that now when I talk to clients who have recently diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and they either say they've got BRCA gene or BRCA summation, you know, somatic mutation, I go, oh, hallelujah. And they said, I could never understand that so many people are happy that I've got the BRCA gene. It's because there's a treatment.
It is. And it's still, so now from the 1st of January in Australia, this and other PARP inhibitors will be available for about half the newly diagnosed women with ovarian cancer. And sadly, that's definitely not everybody. But it's because about half of women with ovarian cancer have some sort of genomic mutation. And when we say genetic, that doesn't mean inherited. And that's an important distinction. And also, I mean, maybe some of these things are inherited, but we don't have the technology to identify them yet. So
we're definitely seeing some cancers run in families. And, you know, like the classic one is with breast cancer, where all these people in the family have had breast cancer, but they're not BRCA1, BRCA2, or even BRCA of unknown significance. But there's something else they haven't found. So I think this is really important takeaways to surmise. Firstly, that even 4 years ago, you had to be in a position where you had an aware enough oncologist to say, can you do this? Can you cough up $5,000? And then also somehow navigate the system instead of being $14,000 out of pocket to actually get it through compassionate grants and PBS. So there things are pretty interesting there. But finally, I think, as you said, in 2019, you had a 30% chance of seeing the end of 2024. You have no recurrence. You are NED. You're well, and initially diagnosed at stage 3. Is that correct?
3C. Yes.
3C, highest you can of 3, just before 4.
Just before 4. I was happy about it not being a 4.
But to go 4 years with no recurrence at any stage, but particularly a high 3 or a low 4, that's kind of, you can't quite say you've dodged the bullet, but it looks like it certainly gives hope to other ovarian cancer people, other people diagnosed with ovarian cancer. So thank you so much, Jacinta. I'm really happy that you've been able to share that with us for Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. You can find Jacinta on social media. What's your handle, Jacinta?
My handle is Trekking for Teal, and that was because we did a fundraising walk at the Larapinta Trail a year ago, and I've kept the Trekking for Teal. So that's on Instagram, or there's a Facebook page.
Excellent. So to my YouTube audience, if you would like to see more interviews with people around cancer, please subscribe, because my content is uploaded irregularly, and it's always really nice if you can share it with people too. So thank you, and thank you again, Jacinta.
Thanks, Jill.